we'll see. Because yeah, when you talk all day long, you definitely notice you stumble occasionally, you know? So it doesn't always come out perfectly as much as I wish it did. Matt VanRysseghem. I've been with Career Development Solutions since 2014, so I'm actually going on my 10th year, which is quite a long time, you know, to be with one company. Not quite as long as some of my coworkers, but I clearly enjoy what I do. When I started with the company, I was originally teaching business skills and Microsoft Office classes, drawing on my background in project management. I quickly transitioned over to the tech side of things, though, where my true passion lies. And these days I find myself teaching CompTIA, primarily A+, Network+, Security+, and Cloud+. And I really do truly enjoy what I do. I'm blessed to have found such a great career. So CompTIA is a nonprofit organization that has a wide variety of IT certifications. Yeah, CompTIA are the ones who create the certification exams and outline the objectives for the certification exams. Yep, and they have a wide variety of exams available. These classes are directly preparing you to pass the CompTIA exams. So as far as CompTIA is concerned, it covers a wide range of IT certifications, and I teach what I consider to be the core fundamental certifications. That's A+, Network+, Security+, and Cloud+. Now, starting with A+, this is what I consider the starting point. This is what I feel that every person who wants to get themselves into IT should be beginning with. Now, this one does have 2 exams tied to it, so keep that in mind, little heads up there. But this is your introduction to everything computers. So a very, very good starting point. It is very broad. So the first exam covers things like inside of a computer, what you can expect to find in there. So things like motherboards, CPUs, RAM, and all kinds of stuff that we explain in the class. We also talk about other types of hardware devices like printers, mobile devices, your cell phones, tablets, laptops, things like that. We also get into networking is another big subject in that first exam. So we introduce a lot of networking concepts, networking devices like switches and routers, as well as very important networking protocols like DNS, DHCP, and HTTP. The 1102 exam focuses more on operating systems and security, as well as some organizational policies and procedures. So the operating systems that are covered are Windows, Linux, and Mac. We cover things like settings and commands. So you'll be learning a lot of different things about your operating systems. We also cover mobile operating systems like Android and iOS. From a security standpoint, that's another big focus of the 1102. We cover things like security hardware and software, intrusion detection and prevention systems, firewalls, data loss prevention, antivirus, the list goes on. Social engineering, very interesting subject. That's where people trick you to doing things you shouldn't do, like give up your password. So we talk about that, malware, and then, like I said, policies and procedures for the organization, things like acceptable use policies, password policies, and incident response plans. So a very, very broad certification, and one I would strongly recommend everybody check out. At A+ is a good starting point. And the follow-up classes, Network+, Security+, and Cloud+, all do a deeper dive into the subjects that are introduced in A+. So all those subjects that I listed out there in A+, so things like networking, security, all of that is just a deeper dive when you get into those future classes. I would say the most common job title for the IT realm would be something like a system administrator, but the number of job titles are really endless and a lot of them will overlap. So different companies might use a job title and it has a completely different job description than somebody else with the exact same job title, just kind of the nature of the beast. But the great thing about working in IT is everybody uses computers. every single company on the planet. They're not going anywhere. So realistically, you can find yourself working for any company that you want to. Every single one of them will have an IT department of some size. And so you can really apply for your dream company. And that's really the beauty of working in the IT industry, is that there are so many different job roles and what I like to call IT adjacent job roles. If you're interested in cable installation, for example, or if you want to go into more of a hardware focused role or go work in a data center. So that's the beauty of it, is just the sheer scope and availability of jobs that are out there. But as far as job titles, too many to list. Well, I do like hearing. It's always nice to hear. I will occasionally get emails from students letting me know that they passed their exams or that they landed a dream job or something like that. So I always like to hear that feedback from students, hear the good news. One thing I would say is that the great thing about these certifications, the CompTIA certifications, is once you start getting a couple certifications, you can get your foot in the door with a company and a whole new career is now opened up to you, because now you're starting to build certifications and experience. So for those who don't want to go down the college road necessarily or don't want to go into a trade, this is an excellent career that can get you a ton of opportunity with a lot of room for growth, good salary potential, and really the sky's the limit. So I would say that's the encouraging thing about IT, is, like I was saying earlier, the fact that you can get a job virtually anywhere, you can do what you want, you can go where you want. Every company in the world needs IT people, so you can travel. There are jobs that specifically travel a lot, if that's something that interests you. So just really the unlimited potential that these certifications can provide, I would say, is really encouraging.